All right, let's say we talk about this a lot. Number one, you get just let's oversimplify it. Market goes down. You think it's going to pull back and then go down like that. That's essentially the chart pattern you think could happen. And so you think this move is going to get retraced and then curl back over and continue, follow through, make lower lows. So you would be what we call what? Bearish. But you can't just pick a price and say, okay, I'm going to sell it here. And I think price will fill my order and then go down. It's never going to work that way. It's not going to work. When you pick a good price, sometimes you don't get filled. It's like just goes up close to your price and then goes down, but you're not on the team. You picked a great price, shouldn't get filled. So it doesn't count. Other times you could pick a great price at the wrong time, you get shook out, then it goes down. So guess what? Doesn't count. So sometimes you have to kind of be willing to take 2 or 3 or 4 shots to catch what? The top, in this case, of a down bar or near the top of a down bar. The definition of good location is to have price go your way ASAP. So you're not screwing around with it chopping around your entry too long. So, number one, you have to be willing to do nothing. Don't feel so anxious. If you don't see what you're looking for, it's okay. If you feel like you're going to miss something, that fear of missing out really is a thing in trading. You have to put yourself in a position to be okay with doing nothing. But in this case, if you're looking for a place to get short, now you got to be willing to take a few swings, just like a at bat in baseball, right? Foul tip. Maybe you even strike out and you don't get on the team. But the idea is I'm trying to find a location that's going to look like this if it's a winning trade. Let me fast forward it. Boom, like this. Somewhere that puts me near the top of this long down bar. And it doesn't matter the price. At that point, it's about the timing of it. Because the definition of good location is to have price go your way and start paying you as soon as possible. So then who cares about price as much as the timing of it? Now, you might have had to take a couple shots in here and maybe you got shook out. Maybe you got shook out. And then when it finally does go, what you look for to qualify, didn't appear. So you got to be okay with missing it. But what you're trying to do is find a moment that puts you in the best timing of a situation where you're at the top of a down bar, like right in here. Now we know after the fact that this is a decent down bar, right? Is there something in real time that could say, hey, you're fighting for a short? Yeah. Why wouldn't you take a shot here? You got a pink triangle. You got shorts shrunk. And then potentially you look at the chaser and you got it to go balance from a buy imbalance to balance to flips right there. That's not at the dead top, but right in here. It's just stack probabilities that it was going to go down. That might have been where you fought for a good location. And maybe you got out for a profit because it was screwing around too long. Are you long? I'm sorry, are you short? Are you able to get short for this breakout? Well, let's take a look. The tools that you look at, first of all, you see the bottom of these rotations. You should immediately think it could get some momentum if it starts leaking below the bottom of these rotations. What do you want? More longs or more shorts? More longs. That's a green laser. Do you get it? What do you see on the chaser? Right now, you've got a balance. So that's not necessarily bearish. It's balance. It's balance. Let me pause it. You got a 303 pink triangle. Okay. You get slightly more longs than shorts, but nothing to write home about. Take a look at the chaser. 5 by right there. 763 by 174. You don't have to get short, but boy, if you're bearish, saying I'm waiting for something to get me short, and then this happens and you don't get short, then what? We're going to have to order a CT to to get your head examined. We don't have to order a CT to get your head examined if you're not in front of these tools, or if you're not looking at this, or you weren't even bearish. No, we wouldn't order a CT for that. But if you were bearish and you were saying all the things to get me short, then you have the helicopter and the boat that would have rescued you, but you didn't take it up. And now you're talking to God, and God says, "What are you doing here?" Everybody remembers that joke. So look at the downside after you see that chaser. Just go from this. Let's play it, and I'll pause it in real time. Now you're already maybe short, but boom, you might already be short, and this keeps you comfortable. But if not, this isn't much of a reach because it's a breakout trade. And it gets below 200. And you didn't have to be too quick. It only seems like you have to be quick because you're not knowing what you're looking for, right? Part of understanding something is you slowed it down. That's the timing. That's the trade you want to be in. I should say that's the reaction you want to see when you open up a breakout type trade, when you open up a short in a breakout. Make sense? So the chaser below 200 was important. Little long highlight. I wanted to walk people through trying to fight, if that's what you're looking to do, of a chart pattern that, oversimplifying it, would look like that. When you get into it, when you dive into the weeds without being too confusing and getting caught up in too much of the detail, you're just trying to find that moment where you're at the top or near the top of a long down bar. You just want to minimize the heat you take. You want to minimize the time that you're dating this person. Because trades are about what? Not calling them back. I don't mean to sound edgy, but I do actually mean to sound edgy to make a point. Don't fall in love with trades.